Hey Queens, how are y'all doing on this beautiful Monday? It's a gorgeous day outside, a little colder than I would like it to be, but it's beautiful. But how are you ladies doing on this Motivational Monday? Today I wanted to talk to you Queens about staying in your lane. We all have our own lane and path that we must follow in this world. And it's easy to get distracted when we look to our left or we look to our right. And we see what our peers are doing, what our friends are doing, what our frenemies are doing, or just people in general. And when we get caught up in what other people are doing or things that they have accomplished that we want to accomplish but we haven't accomplished yet, we lose focus and sight of our own lane and our own purpose and path that we've all been set on. Before we were even created, there was a path given for our lives. Now, sometimes we take detours, sometimes there's hills and valleys and all kind of things that we go through, but it all leads to the same destination. What's going to help determine how fast you get there is if you're staying in your own lane, or are you trying to do what somebody else is doing? You know, you have to find out what it is that's for your life. And the path that Sally took may not be the path that you can take. You may start on the path that she was on and end up somewhere totally different. So on today, Queens, I want to encourage you to find your lane and stay in it. And if you feel that you don't have a lane, guess what? Create your own. Create your own lane so that you can get to your destination. We all have something that we are good at, that we have a purpose in. There are some things that we have to do. My focus is on area code Queens and mentoring young girls age 14 to 21. However, if somebody comes to me and they're 35 years old and they need some advice, I'm going to give it to them too, because this is not about an age restriction. It is about fulfilling my purpose. And a part of that purpose is to mentor young girls or women who've gone through or are going through what I've gone through and help set them on their path and help them reach their goals. That's a part of my purpose. I appreciate the fact that I've been given the gift of encouragement. I love encouraging other women and other people to fulfill their purpose and do what it is that they're destined to do, because we all have one. I don't want anybody to look at me and say, I want to be just like you. Be better than me, because the path that I take is not one that was the most traveled. I've done some things and been down some paths that I shouldn't have been on because I was not in my own lane. I was watching other people and trying to satisfy other people and trying to please other people. That's not what this life is about. You have to stay on your path, Queen, and do what it is you were called to do. So do that. Meditate on that. Figure out what that is. Sit in silence. Get you some silence every day and just get in tune with what your purpose is. You can look left and you can look right, but only to give praise to those people, tell them how proud of them you are, but don't look at them and get jealousy in your heart and say, well, why don't I have what Sally has? Why don't I have what Denise has? Because you're not supposed to have what Sally and Denise have. You're supposed to have what you're supposed to have. And it may not come when you're 20. It may not come when you're 30. It may not come to you until you're 50. But that may be your purpose and what your path is. Be happy in that. Be satisfied in that. You should only be competing with yourselves, Queens, to be better than you were yesterday, better than you were last week, last month, last year. You got this, Queens. You are destined for greatness, and your life is a testimony as well as others is, but only if you stay in your own lane. Be blessed, Queens. Have a wonderful day.